Hey guys, what's up? Ni hao and namaste. This is the Indian Chinese guy. I'm born and raised in Mumbai, but I'm Chinese by origin. So in my previous video, I spoke to you about how to get a job as an assistant waiter in the dining room on the cruise ship. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you what to expect on the first day as an assistant waiter in the dining room. Now, as you know, that any new place can be very intimidating, okay? It's pretty scary. You are nervous. It's a new place. You don't know anybody over there. I remember my first day, it was hell, okay? My waiter was a Bulgarian. And, no offense, but he was an asshole because he knew that it was my first day and, he did not do anything to support me, to show me things around, and I had to basically figure out everything by myself. But it was a good learning for me. The main thing, guys, it's your first day on the cruise ship as an assistant waiter or in any other department, my $1 million advice to you is be confident, okay? You have to have a positive attitude. You need to know that you're over here for a purpose. You need to support your family back home, and that's the reason why you're here. The other thing that you must keep in mind always is that you need to keep asking questions to a lot of people. Because it's but obvious that you will not know a lot of people around, and you won't know to do a lot of things over there. So the best thing is to ask people. You don't know how to do a particular thing, you ask a person, Anyways, so the first day when you're in the dining room, after your boat drill gets over, you will need to go to the maitre d's office, because that's the place, where they will put out the allocations, where you're going to be working, which table numbers are allocated to you. Again, you need to ask someone where the maitre d's office is. Now, once you go to the maitre d's office, there's a particular time where they generally put out the list of all the waiters and the assistant waiters. And you will see a whole bunch of people standing outside the office to know, what section is allocated to them. Once it's put out, go to the master sheet and search your name in the assistant waiter list, okay? Now, your name would be somewhere down in the list where they would probably give you a section of 10 guests per seating. So check your name on the bottom of the sheet. Generally, the top of the sheet has the names of all those assistant waiters who have been scoring excellent marks in their performance throughout the cruise. So they are ranked by the guest, and those assistant waiters who scored the best are ranked on the topmost, and they're given a larger section to handle. So your name would be somewhere down in the bottom of the sheet. Once you know the table numbers, write it down on a piece of paper or write it down on your on your hand, and again, ask someone where those table numbers are. So maybe you have table number 101, 102, 103, 104. It could be just two tables, like 101 could be a table of 10 and 102 could be another table of 10. So maybe you're handling these two tables, or maybe you're just handling one table because it's your first cruise. So they might give you just one table of 10. That could be a 101. And yeah, so once you know that, ask where the table is allocated. So when you go down to and find out where your table is, ask which side station is allocated to that particular table. Now, if you are an assistant waiter, you already know what a side station is. So, once you find out where the side station is, in that side station you will find 4 water jugs, stainless steel water jugs. What you need to do is that take those water jugs, take it to the galley, find where the ice machine is. I'm sorry, I'm I'm having a bad throat. It's kind of a change in the weather, so that's why. So you'll have 4 stainless steel water jugs, take it to the galley, fill them up with ice. There would be a huge ice machine. You need to fill it up with ice, take it to the water cooler, fill those with water, and then bring it back to your side station and keep it in the side station. The other thing that you will need to arrange is teacups and saucers, because after every dinner session as an assistant waiter, you would need to ask each and every guest if they would like tea or coffee. And it's very important that you have, if you're handling a table of 10, you must at least keep 7 to 8 cups of tea and saucers, because it's more or less, you know, not everyone would go for tea or coffee, but majority of them in US and Europe, like the English, they always go for either tea or for coffee. So it's better to have them, because if you don't have them, then you would go searching around for tea and teacups and saucers. It would take time, your guests would be delayed, you know, they would get they wouldn't give you the best rating in your service. So it's better to have them. Now once you manage to arrange for some teacups and saucers, keep them in a side station and man them. What I mean by manning them is that you need to keep a lookout on the teacups and saucers, because there are going to be about 50 assistant waiters in the dining room looking out for teacups and saucers. So what are they going to do? They're going to be searching your side stations in your absence, and they're trying to fix you. Fix you is a term that is very commonly used on ship. Okay, so when I say fix you, they're going to come and steal your teacups and saucers, and then you're going to be fixed. You wouldn't know what to do, you know, when you have to serve teacups and tea and coffee. So that's the word which is normally used on the ship, and you better get used to that. So you could say, I fixed you, means I put you in trouble. Okay, now you need to man your teacups and saucers, and the way to do it is that you need to make as many friends on the ship as possible. Okay, never make enemies. Make as many friends as possible, because in your absence, your guys would watch your back, and in their absence, you need to watch their back. So you need to look out for one another on the ship. That's how it is. Once you do that, then you can go down to the crew mess, grab a bite, grab a dinner, early dinner, okay, and then come back to the dining room for a quick briefing with the head waiter. The head waiter would brief you with all the special guests with special needs, if there are any Jewish guests who need kosher food, if there are any guests who have allergies. You know, in US there are a lot of guests. Every cruise they would be coming, they have gluten allergy, they are lactose intolerant, they are nut allergy. So you'd find a lot of these guests, and your head waiter would brief you if your table has those kind of guests or not. Now once the briefing is over, the dining room opens at 6 o'clock for the first seating. So all the assistant waiters would be lined up by the door with a serviette in their hand, and would be escorting the guests and showing the guests the table numbers as and when they're coming in the dining room. Now once your table comes, once you know, you see that even one of your guests on your table has arrived, then you don't need to go by the door. Okay, you go to your table, all right, and you start serving them with water, and ask them if they would if they have a soda package. So a soda package is something that the guest buys on board on the ship, and they get unlimited soda. That is fountain, like Coke, Pepsi, or Fanta, lemonade. So they have unlimited once they buy the package. I forgot how much the package is. Generally it's around $40 or something like that for unlimited soda throughout the cruise, and they get a special cup with that. So whenever you see a guest having that cup, it means that person has a soda package, and you can serve them soda from the fountain. So they have fountain soda on the ship. Okay, so yeah, so you need to ask them if they have a soda package or something. If they do, then you can serve them soda like Coke, Coke, Pepsi, Mirinda, Fanta, whatever's there on board. If they don't have, then the lemonade and iced tea is complimentary on ship in the dining room, so they can have as much as they would like, lemonade and iced tea. So they might probably tell you to, you know, get them some lemonade and iced teas. You take the order, go to the dining room, go to the galley, because that's where all the iced teas and lemonade are kept. So you get these tiny pony tumblers in where you need to fill those lemonade and iced teas, and you can serve it to the guests. What else? So your job as an assistant waiter is basically to assist your waiter. So whenever he's in the galley picking up food, you need to ensure that you serve the bread. So there would be 4 kinds of bread. A sourdough and a multi-grain bread is going to always be there in your bread basket. Okay, talking about bread basket, before the dining room opens, you need to go to the bakery section, where they will serve you. They will have bread baskets arranged, and all the assistant waiters line up and they pick up 1 bread basket per person, and yeah, you need to serve that to the guest as well. And along with the bread, you will have to have butter. So you will have 2 butter dishes. Say for example, if you have a table of 10, you will have 2 butter dishes. Each butter dish must have only 4 butter chiplets, or 5 depending upon the number of people that you have. So if you have 10 guests, you need to have 5 and 5 butter chiplets in both the butter dish. Yeah, so once the guest sits down, you serve them water. You ask them for soft beverages and for wine. Okay, you need to push for wine sale, because you get extra money for wine sale, plus it's in your KRA, that's your key result area, where you need to, actually it's the waiter's KRA for wine sale, but it's good if you can push for the wine sale, because you're kind of preparing yourself to become a waiter. So it's very important that you start practicing on selling wine and wine packages as well. So they have wine packages as well on ship, where you can buy a 7, 10, 12 or a 15 bottle package for the cruise. And so there are different packages: gold, platinum and diamond. Gold has limited number of wines, platinum has a little bit more, and the diamond has the most variety of wines and better quality of wines. So yeah, once you've done that, you serve the bread, and the waiter will come, maybe with the first course like the starters or the soup, and you need to take the pepper mill and go around behind the waiter and keep offering for pepper if they would like pepper. And yeah, basically keep assisting the waiter in whatever he is doing. Once he serves the soup or the salad and the starters and everything, once he goes back to the galley, and you need to see your table. If the guests are done, then you need to start clearing of the plates. Okay, taking out the cutleries, putting new cutleries if wherever required. So basically all the job as an assistant waiter, what you might probably be doing right now, back home, and you are aware of what you need to do as an assistant waiter. And that's why you're on the ship. Okay, so after you do that, the waiter will serve the main course. Again, you serve the pepper. Whoever is having prime rib, who is having steak, serve pepper. And then once the guests finish having the main course and you clear the plates and the cutleries, you need to take the butter dishes, the B&B plates, I'm sorry, not the butter dishes, the B&B plates and the cutlery into the galley in the dishwash area. And there's a dishwash machine, so you need to rack them up, your butter plates, and you need to put your silver rack on a tray and pass it through the dishwash machine. Okay, you need to spray that before as well, before you put it in the dishwash machine, to remove the extra food debris from your plates and your cutlery. So once that's done, you get the dishes, you get the B&B plates and the crockery and the cutlery on the other side of the dish washing machine. Then you got to take it back to the dining room. Okay, the reason why you do this is because while you're doing that, the waiter is in the galley picking up desserts for the guests. So after he serves the desserts, he comes back, he serves the desserts, he gives them some information about the next day port. So for example, tomorrow is a port day. He will give them some information about the port. He will give them some information about the breakfast timing in the Windjammer. He will give some information about what to do around the ship, what are the show timings, whether tomorrow night is a formal night or not, what is the dress code. So all these important information the waiter passes on to the guests. Now it's important that you listen to exactly what the waiter is saying at that point of time, because you need to observe and you need to learn all these things. So just keep an open ear and listen to what the waiter is saying. Okay, once you have done that, once the waiter has done that, you will have to clear all the dessert plates. Okay, once they're done, serve them tea or coffee if required, and then take the the silverware, the remaining cutleries for the desserts that were used, and the teacups and saucers back again in the galley, get them washed and bring it back and give it to the waiter. So that will help him prepare for the next seating, which starts at 8:30. So it takes a lot of time because he has to set up the tables, he has to put a new fresh tablecloth, so that generally takes some time. The same sequence happens for the second seating as well, and by the time your second seating finishes, it would probably be somewhere around 11 o'clock. And if it's a USPH port, if it's an American port the next day, then it would probably take you half an hour more for extra deep cleaning. Okay, you would always hear this word called deep cleaning. Means the cleaning is done in a much more rigorous process. You know, it's every minute detail is taken care of while cleaning if it's an American port, because the United States Public Health can come on board for inspection anytime. So yeah, deep cleaning is always done before the US port, and after that then you can go back to your crew mess, have your food, and then go back to your cabin. So by the time you go back to your cabin, you're going to be totally tired. You're going to take a quick shower and you're going to be off to bed. That's it. Yeah, more or less that happens on the first day. So it's a long day, you won't get to rest, and but just be positive. Like I said, remember that you're over here for a reason and for a purpose, and you know, it's the survival of the fittest. Yes, that's right, I say survive because, you know, you have to be strong and you have to be mentally prepared if you want to work on the ship. A lot of people come on the ship, and I've seen people leaving within a cruise. You know, they work for a cruise, they can't handle it, and they leave the job. But if you're mentally prepared, I think you can handle it. So I hope this video helps you guys, and if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll probably come out with some more videos about the ship and how to get you mentally prepared to work on the ship. Alright, this is the Indian Chinese guy saying thank you, Chai Chien, and फिर मिलेंगे एक छोटे से break के बाद. See ya.